Welcome to Black Women Making Money. We are the home of the upwardly mobile Black woman. For exclusive content and invitations to our Inner Circle Zoom meetings, which happen on a monthly basis, you can sign up for free for our email newsletter at bwmakingmoney.com. That's bwmakingmoney.com. Hey, ladies. Welcome to Black Women Making Money. Hope everybody is doing well today. Just wanted to come for our really quick sessions to talk about imposter syndrome. I definitely have imposter syndrome. So many of us have it. I want to talk a little bit about where it comes from and why we are worthy, even though sometimes we feel like we're not necessarily worthy. Before I do that, though, don't forget the Rich AF Book Club is happening this Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be a part of the book club, you want to join our email list at bwmakingmoney.com in order to get the Zoom link. The Rich AF Book Club will only be on Zoom. It will not be on YouTube. So good morning to Malika. Good morning to Tori and Dreams. Good morning to all my ladies here. As you are getting ready for work, you're putting on your makeup, your hair, getting ready to go into the office, make this money, get these resources. Just wanted to come and, offer you ladies some support and talk a little bit today about imposter syndrome. So, hey, on Earth, hey, KB. Hello, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I have a podcast that I listen to. Most of you know I'm a mortgage loan officer. I am licensed, and there's a loan officer podcast that I listen to. And their session last week was about imposter syndrome, and it's so. Let's see. I am in my second year of being a mortgage loan officer, and every day I wake up with imposter syndrome, even though I know that I'm smart and things like that. It's like, okay, but who am I to give people advice with regards to getting a mortgage or getting their credit together? Or, because so much of what we do is around financials. Even though I'm smart, I have a finance degree, all of that, it does feel like imposter syndrome. Who am I to build this company that is going to do a couple $100 million of loans a year? Like, I feel knee deep into imposter syndrome. And so many of you may as well, as you are going up the corporate ladder, as you're starting your businesses. Sometimes in your parenting, you feel like you are an imposter. Like, who's to say I can raise this person up to be the best human possible? I can be a great parent. All of that stuff. How many of us actually feel the weight of this imposter syndrome? The podcast that I was listening to was actually by two WASP men. One of them is older. He's probably in his 60s. The other one is in his maybe early 40s. They feel it too. They were talking about the fact that they feel it too. One of them talked about the fact that his father told him not to get into the mortgage loan business because he said, you'll never, ever make any money doing that. Stay with your safe, secure job in the hospital. And this guy is, like I said, he's in his 60s now. He makes 7 figures a year. He manages a branch. He has his coaching business, helping other loan officers, etc. And like he makes probably multiple 7 figures a year. And he doesn't make all his money from coaching people. He actually makes his money as a lender. And then the younger guy said, yeah, my father was a great guy, but what he said to me is, if you're not going to do something right, don't do it at all. And how many of us as Black women, as young Black girls growing up in a house, especially if you grew up like I did, heard that if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. You know, we have to work 3 times as hard to get half as much. So you better be the best. And if you're not the best, then you feel like an imposter. If you're not the best, you feel like you don't deserve to be in those rooms. You don't deserve $130,000 whenever everyone else is making 130,000. You just think you only deserve 110 because you don't feel like you're the best. We have to start shaking that. That was the point of the podcast that I was listening to. And I thought it was such an important message that we have to shake that. Some of us have imposter syndrome because of the lessons that we were fed when we were children, when we were teenagers, when we were in college. We were told we were not going to ever be good enough. We were told that, our B wasn't good enough. We had to make an A. We were told all sorts of things. Some of us need therapy to get over imposter syndrome. I'm here to say it. Some of us need therapy because the lessons that we got as children has caused us to live in imposter syndrome. And because we're living in imposter syndrome, we're allowing people to pay us $20,000 to $30,000 less than what we deserve. Or if you have a business, you know your business should be doing $400,000 a year, yet you're stuck at 110,000, 120,000 because of imposter syndrome. Ladies, it's psychological with us. I would say 95% of Black women with imposter syndrome, it's psychological. Now, 5%, yeah, 5%, you're doing something you're not good at. We're going to have to switch it up, right? But 95% of us, 95% of us, the imposter syndrome comes from something we were told as a child, some sort of way we were living as a child, and all of a sudden it's catching up to us in adult life. So the guy in the podcast said, you need to surround yourself with people who believe in you. And the truth is, you shake imposter syndrome when other people see things in you, whether it is your parent, your brothers, your sisters, your cousin, could be that boss, could be that mentor. Somebody else sees it in you. And he says, if one person sees it in you, that's a great, nice to know. If a second person sees it in you, that's a trend. If a third person sees it in you, it means that you are great. But you got to put yourself out there. You got to actually do the thing so that people can see the greatness in you. And he also said, and I do believe this, other people will see the greatness in you, whether you're doing taxes, whether you're doing nursing, whether you're doing real estate like I am, a mortgage loan officer. Other people will see things in you before you see them in yourself. A lot of our financial conditions right now, whether we are knee deep in credit card debt because we had to have the latest Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Chanel, is because of imposter syndrome, because we're trying to impress people who don't deserve to be impressed, and because we're not pushing on the things that we need to push on. Imposter syndrome is all in our head. But the basis of getting past imposter syndrome, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'll read your comments and we'll get out of here. The basis of getting past imposter syndrome is your self-esteem, is your self-worth. Do you believe you're worth it? Do you need to say affirmations to yourself every morning until you believe you're worth it? You'll never get past imposter syndrome unless you believe you're worth it, unless you have self-esteem, unless you have, the knowledge to know that there's nobody out there that's better than you are. You're not better than them. They're not better than you. Let me tell you, a lot of times Black women will run circles around people with regards to our technical skills. However, our networking needs some work. We feel like imposters because, because we think, oh, other people will see the flaws in us. And yet they see the greatness in us. And yet, if we just let that be, more people would help us and we would get to the financial position that we want to get to. We'd get to the career position we want to get to. We would have families if that's what you choose to do. If you want to have a family, labeling yourself wife material now, even if you have to go through therapy and all of that stuff, all of that is important. But imposter syndrome, the basis of imposter syndrome is your lack of self worth. And either you need affirmations, you need therapy, you need ultimately, as you start doing things, you'll notice, hey, these people are no more talented than I am. And I deserve to be here. So I'm going to read your comments and then we're going to get out of here so we can start our day. So Tori and Dreams is saying, the way you do one thing is how you do everything is the one that kills me. Yeah, it is true. The way you do one thing is how you do everything. So you're like, I'm new. It's not going to be perfect. No. And here's the thing. Even as a new person, if you do things like, okay, like 80% well, people are overjoyed. They are happy. They're like, wow, Tori and Dreams is knocking it out of the park. She's new and she got 80% of it. You know how many people tell me, as much as I have imposter syndrome being a mortgage loan officer, you know how many people have told me, Cherie, you're going to be great in this business. Cherie, you are 90%. You are light years ahead of people who have been doing this business for 5, 10 years. I'm the one with the self-esteem issues that feel like I'm an imposter, not them. They're telling me I'm going to be great. And these are people that have been in the business 10, 20 years telling me I'm going to be great. They obviously, and these are not people blowing smoke up my butt. These are people who are like, no, we've seen a lot of people. You have greatness in you. But if I don't have the self-esteem, yes, I'm new. Yes, I'm learning, going back to yesterday's topic, I'm learning to leverage people now. I'm learning really to, I don't have to do everything on my own. I don't have to be up until 10 o'clock every night doing work. How can I leverage other people? How can I study in a pack? How can I learn with other people? Etc. If you didn't see our video yesterday, definitely go back to it. I re-listened to it. It was actually really good. So you want to listen to yesterday about how upwardly mobile Black women grow and learn. But yeah, if you're new, leveraging other people and those people will see greatness in you. Tori and Dream saying there is a TikTok therapist that specializes in helping Black women get over perfectionism and imposter syndrome. Ooh, I have to check her out then. If you can send me her information, I'd love to feature more of that. I think we need to have an hour-long conversation with regards to imposter syndrome and perfectionism, because we don't have to be perfect. There was a time when we had to be more perfect in the 50s and 60s. In 2024, we don't have to be perfect. We need to be good at what we do. But how many times have I told you, if you have the technical skills of being good or being great and nobody likes you or nobody knows who you are, that is a losing combination. I'd rather you get good at what you do and then spend the rest of your time on your soft skills and your networking. That is the winning formula in 2024. I see so many TikToks. I am going to do an hour-long session about this. I see so many TikToks about people whining and complaining about the job market. And yeah, the job market is tough. However, I've also told you that 40% plus of jobs that are actually given to people are never promoted online. There's no job ads for them. It's just that somebody knows somebody, and next thing you know, the person has a job. If you don't have your soft skills together and you're networking together, you're ass out of luck in 2024. The rules from 1980 do not work today. They don't work today. So we need to change things up. Dawn to Earth, networking is the hardest for you. Yeah. So that is a skill that you're going to have to work on. It's just like if you need to lose 100 pounds, you need to lose 100 pounds. That's what you need to focus on. And maybe that's what you just need to say for a year. All I'm focused on is going to the gym and eating healthy. For you, Dawn to Earth, maybe all you're focused on is if you're a child free woman, once a week, going out to a professional networking event and just going. And as you go, you will get over that imposter syndrome. If you're child free, once a week, if you have children, once a month at minimum. So, and there are a lot of places on the earth that are free or very low cost to network. A lot of places. Ultimately, I want you networking with people who can hire you. But if you're starting off with, I just want to get over imposter syndrome, then that's how you do it. Lenria is in the building. I perform much better at my new job when I stop putting pressure on myself to be perfect. I love it. Love it. And now my name is being put forward for bigger and better projects. Yes, hopefully for multiple projects. Yes, because I allowed myself to grow organically at a pace that works for me. Good for you. You saying here, I have an interview today because of networking. I wasn't even looking good for. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're going to do a session, an hour-long session about this. I got more stuff to say about this. Hey, honey lemon. Well, don't worry about being late. You can. We're about to get out of here as soon as I read these comments, and then you can just go back and listen to the beginning. Um, KB is saying I'm new to networking and want to start off small by using Meetup app to go to chess events, IT discussions, etc. Very smart. Yeah. If you have imposter syndrome with regards to networking, you don't have to start at the tippy top. Go to go to free Meetup events or things that are, $5, $10, $20, something like that. A lot of times you go for free. It's at a restaurant. You pay, $10 for an appetizer. And you just get over that imposter syndrome. I love it. Donna Earth is saying, I've had 2 people within my company who referred me and still no luck. I probably do need to go to a networking event. Yep. Yep. Within a company, sorry. Yeah, you probably do. You probably do. So, all right, ladies. Well, I hope you have a blessed day. And if I'm available, I'll see you all tomorrow with another word of the day. Take care. Bye.